Hi, welcome to another Messenger Minute. Today we're going to be talking about HTML code, the language of the internet. So for this we're going to be using Notepad, just normal old Notepad. So HTML pages, or the pages that you visit on the websites, are actually just made up of text. So there's a language called HTML, which is Hypertext Markup Language, and that describes the way that all the content on your page should be arranged and the way that it should look. It acts as the structure or the skeleton of your web page. So there's some basic rules for writing HTML code. So we're going to learn those little rules right now, or how to begin a basic web page, okay? Just the beginning stuff. So the first thing that we need to do is we need to save this document and tell the computer that this is a web page. So we do that by choosing File, Save As, and select All Files as our type. And we're going to just name it .html. So I'm going to call this my page.html. Right away, that's going to tell the computer that this is a web page. So let's go ahead and open that up and see what happens. So here's my page.html. If I double click on it, it opens up in my browser and you can see my page. But since there's no content here, it's a plain white page. So let's go back and actually add some content. Now the first thing that we always do when writing a web page is we add something called a doc type tag. And tag is a name for the little snippets of code that tell your browser, Safari or Chrome or Edge browser or Firefox, it tells them how to display what you've written. So the very first tag that we use is called the doc type tag. And it starts with an exclamation point, and it's written in all caps. And it informs your browser that this is an HTML page. So our actual doc type is HTML. And then we close it. Every tag that we create in HTML is going to be surrounded by these little angle brackets here. Okay, a beginning and an end one. If they're not in place, your code is going to run out and it's going to make a mess. So make sure that you have an opening and closing angle bracket in all of your tags. Now, doc type is special. It has only a single tag, doc type HTML. Most of the other tags that we'll be using have something called an opening tag and a closing tag. And everything in between them are affected by the tag. So the very first tag that we actually use is called the HTML tag. And it has an opening tag and it has a closing tag. You can see the opening tag and the closing tag look very similar, except for the closing tag has the addition of this little backslash. Okay, now everything in between these two tags is HTML code. So right away we're telling the browser that this entire block of text will be HTML code. So the second tag we use is called the head tag. Now the head is a little snippet of information that is read by your browser but doesn't actually appear on the page itself. Okay, and a good simple example of that is the title of your web page. So I'm going to throw a title tag in here. Again, opening tag. Now we'll add our title. And our closing tag. So right here, my opening title, my closing title tag, and the name of my page. So I'm just going to save this and I'm going to reload the page. Now you can see that nothing appears on the actual page itself because the head is read by the browser but not displayed. But you will see that the tab up here now displays that the title of my page is my page. So let's continue. So this is all inside the head tags. Now let's go down below the head. Okay, so there's our head. Now the next part is the actual content that gets displayed on your page, and that is in a series of tags called the body tags. So we just type in body in angle brackets and closing tag body. Now whatever is in between these two tags will be displayed on my page. So I'm just going to type some text in here. And what you'll see now is when I save this and I reload my page here, Look, here's a test of my page. That content in the body is always displayed by the web page. So here's a basic setup. We have the HTML tags. We have the head tags. We have the page title. We've got the body tags with the content. That is a basic HTML page. Thanks. This has been another Messenger Minute.